entire pack is in front of us in this field. This is one of the most incredible wolf sightings I've had. So it is one of those weekends. I drove from Bombay to Pune on a Friday afternoon. At 2 a.m. on a Saturday morning, we started driving towards Kadbanwadi from Pune. Sumit's here with me. He's doing most of the driving. Sumit and I spoke about an upcoming trip to Botswana in an earlier video. And this trip is a bit of a warm-up for that. Just to make sure that we have our bearings right. We still know which button on the camera does what. And hopefully we'll get to Karbanwadi by dawn. The rains will stay away, and hopefully we'll get to see some wolves this time as well.
We made it to Karbanwadi in good time. In fact, in perfect time. Because even before I got my camera out of my bag, our guide got a call from a trusted source on the whereabouts of a pack. So we rushed. The pack emerged from a cornfield and headed towards the valley. One by one, in their characteristic bold, indifferent style, and at their own pace. One moment, they're sauntering, and the next, they've crossed the valley and we're trying to catch up with them despite our powerful engines. We were told that these wolves have separated from the main pack that we saw the last time and are now on their own. Along with the alpha male and female, this pack was made of pups we saw the last time, except they are now much larger and looked all grown up. The operative word being looked. We drove with them for close to 2 hours, till they walked right in front of our car and decided to chill.
Even before we could catch our breath in the park, we saw this pack of wolves, and we've been with them since the time we got here. And now we're getting some shots of them just sleeping and chilling around. It's also nice to see how comfortable they are with us. We're like within 40 feet of them, but they're still sleeping, chilling, and going about their business. So yeah, it's been a really good morning so far. As we're headed back to the afternoon drive, there's a few things about Karbanwadi I want to share. Firstly, it's a protected area, and it is a bunch of different habitats, like an undulating rocky area, grasslands on one side, a scrub jungle on the other, and all of this crisscrosses a number of agricultural patches and settlements. The last time I was here, it was all shades of brown, and this time it is lush and green, which also technically should make it difficult for us to find wolves, but the morning session was absolutely opposite of what that suggests. And as I'm going back into my second drive in the afternoon, I'm trying to keep myself grounded by reminding myself of the fact that these are indeed wolves, one of the most elusive mammals if they sort of so choose to be, and the real reward is being in a grassland during the monsoon when there's sort of so much more to see. And hopefully I'll spend some time looking at some of the other things in the grassland as well in this drive apart from the wolves.
You want to be careful what you wish for, especially with wildlife, and even more so with wolves.
So it's been about 30 minutes since we entered the park and we haven't seen any wolves yet. So in the absence of visual clues, or when you're not able to see the animal, we rely a lot on the behavior of other animals. Like these chinkara were looking at something downhill and we thought there might be wolves. We went there and looked in that valley, no wolves, not sure what the chinkara were looking at. And that's how it is in wildlife. More often than not, these enquiries don't result in very much. But if they do, it's worth the extra effort. So yeah, still looking.
We drove around looking for wolves in every nook and cranny of Kadbanwadi, through wooded areas, grasslands, valleys, agricultural fields, and scrub jungles. And as beautiful as each of these places were, they made me more in awe of the wolves, who were at home at every one of these habitats. This area is a proper mosaic of farms, settlements, and protected areas of different habitats. I can't tell the end of a farm from the start of a grassland. I wonder if the wolves can or care enough to be bothered by these boundaries. For them, it's all a part of their home, somewhere in this mosaic. Depending on how they feel on any afternoon, they'd be basking in the open, or sleeping in the shadows, or doing anything else that they please. Somewhere. Unfortunately, not where we were looking for them.
So it's close to 5 p.m. now, and absolutely no sign of the wolves. So I guess it is regressing to mean, in a way, that after you have a morning where you've seen the wolves throughout the morning session, and you have an evening session followed by that where you don't even get a glimpse of the wolves, and I suppose that's fair.
Though we didn't see the wolves, we did see the grassland in all its monsoon glory, with a large number of raptors, quails, and waders.
So we're coming to the end of our drive in Karbanwadi, and no wolves this time. So it's finally started to feel like we're looking for wolves. Fifth drive here, and the first one in which I haven't seen a wolf. So I'll be back here tomorrow morning for the last drive. Let's see how that goes. Heading back for our last drive. Last evening we didn't see any wolves at all. I don't think any of the 6 cars that went and saw a wolf. Hopefully they haven't left this park and gone elsewhere. We had a great session last morning. Hopefully we'll repeat some of that right now. So we had some howling some time ago. We're following the sound. Hopefully they'll still be there when we get there. So there are 2 wolves there, one of them in very clear sight right in front of us, and another one some distance away. And we're just waiting for the light to get a little better and see if we can get closer.
The wolf that was close to our car seemed to have all the energy in the world. The rest of his crew, not so much. Eventually, his energy rubbed off on the others. The three wolves got up and headed towards the fields.
So the three wolves that we saw joined a larger pack, and I think they're now in a maize field across the road from here, and they've been inside that for the last 10 minutes or so. It's possible that they have settled down there. It's possible they've retired for the day. We're waiting just outside the maize field for now.
As we waited on one side of the field, we saw wolves appear on the other. A decision had to be made, because while crossing the field and back was a hop, skip and a jump for the wolves, getting to the other side of the field was a 25-minute drive for us, unless we planned to swim across a pond. As more wolves started emerging on the other side, the decision made itself.
We're now going to the other side of the field to see if we can see the wolves there. So they are out in the open, and we're seeing them actually in quite an open agricultural field right now. So there are 6 wolves playing right in front of us right now. The adults are chilling and the pups are playing as if there is no tomorrow. This is one of the best wolf sightings I've had.
This is indeed one of the best wolf sightings I've had, and hard as it was, we had to leave the wolves behind at park closure time. I kept wondering the same thing that I did the last time. Is it really this easy to find wolves? Not that I'm complaining, but I don't think the wolves of Kadbanwadi got the memo on being one of the most elusive mammals in India.